Up, everybody? Happy Hump Day. Hope you guys are staying motivated, staying focused. We've got the COVID mustache going here. I'm watching some game film, so looking at some old episodes of Magnum PI, working on the COVID fro as well. Don't have a haircut till next week, so hopefully you guys are maintaining just the same. I think we're all feeling a certain way these days, and I don't know, for what it's worth, I hope you guys are staying positive. I did want to address some questions that we've been getting recently, and by now you've all heard the plan that Governor Baker released on Monday, and I wanted to chat about that as well. And also, as always, wanted to thank you all, as we're always grateful for this community, for the support that you guys give us, the words of encouragement, the fact that you're with us in whatever capacity that looks like through all this. I mean, something as simple as a text, a reach out, it means a lot to us, and it probably means more than you guys know. So, unfortunately, as of now, it looks like we're in phase 3 of this reopening. And, I am in contact with some gym owners in Massachusetts. They're hearing that might change. So who knows? But until we do know, we're going to proceed as if we're preparing for 6 weeks. So what does that mean? It means in the interim, we keep up with the fitness. I know, believe me, I know that most of you would rather be within the 4 walls of the gym. But until that's able to happen, you have a choice to make, just like you had a choice to make when things were normal, right? You show up or you don't show up. So now, even though we don't have, the 4 walls of the gym, there are no excuses not to keep up with the work. We have our programming, we have equipment out there, Zoom classes, challenges, personal programming that's available to all of you, Tetris Nutrition. And on top of that, we're starting 8 weeks of yoga with Sandy, a weekly running club that has programming from one of the best coaches in CrossFit, Chris Hinshaw. And even we're going to be getting some weekly prehab stuff from Coach Eric in some capacity. We're still figuring out how to deliver that. But the bottom line is, any excuse to not keep up on things right now is just that. It's an excuse. We have every opportunity right now to be in the best possible shape physically and mentally, given the circumstances that we can be. So don't let yourselves, off the hook. All that said, looking forward, we have some things to consider. The gym is not going to look the same coming out of COVID. And it's not just because of the CDC or whatever guidance that we're getting from Baker or the state. We're considering all of you. We're considering this community. We're considering people with families. We're considering our families. And, we're not going to be lax when it comes to what's going on in the gym. So, yes, it'll be different. And just like other businesses, they're going to be different. Capacities will be different. Restaurants, Starbucks, retail stores, it'll be different. Gyms will be the same way. So if they're doing it right, they'll be the same way. We'll be looking at things like schedules, class sizes, cleaning, class turnover, check-ins, even rules around reserving class times. These will be efficiencies that will be called for and that will follow. We're working closely with the town and the health agents that work for the town and that are responsible for monitoring local businesses, and ultimately they'll be well versed and tied into how this all gets rolled out. Does that mean that the workouts and the results will be different here? No, hell no. But the logistics in getting there will, and that will last until all this is in our rear view. And if we don't take this approach and pretend that this is 2019, then we're fooling ourselves. It'll be an adjustment, and it'll be new and it'll be weird and different at first, but that's the world that we've been in. We've been living in that, and we'll continue to live in it when we first get back. So we can fight it or we can adapt. And like we always say, no excuses, no complaints. We adapt. And if we're being a responsible business, and if we're being responsible health and wellness facility, which we are, then we'll be abiding by regulations and we'll be adapting to the scenarios that we need to. I know that there are plenty of you out there that have your theories about Corona, and you have strong opinions about the civil liberties component of all this. Yet, none of that particularly matters when we're talking about executing during the early stages of this opening, right? We still need to keep everyone safe. We need to keep everybody as healthy as we possibly can, period. As many of you know, I work in healthcare, and I know young physicians. I have colleagues who have contracted this virus. One of them was completely healthy, and he ended up in the ICU for 8 days, and he was touch and go for a little while. So regardless of any theories about how this started or the government's response to this, it just doesn't matter. I've personally seen patients and physicians battle this, and we're going to treat it with the respect that it deserves. Will this carry forward to 2021? Who knows? Nobody knows. Doesn't matter. All we can do is look at the next, 6 months or so and really optimize the situation, because we will be able to make the most of what we're given. The irony of all this is that, it's been beaten into us that those who have compromised health or pre-existing conditions or weakened respiratory capacity, those people are at a higher risk. Yet there hasn't been a push from the government on keeping people healthy, on allowing them to go to the gym, to remain healthy and robust and formidable. Yet, in this community, we're damn sure making sure that we're going to do that. This is not the time to get lazy and unhealthy and unmotivated. It just isn't. So, moving backward into a state of poorer health and physical condition should not be an option for you, for any of us. And just expect that as we come back, it'll be different. Expect that, be ready for it, be ready to adapt and excel in the environment that we're given. All right. So that's that. Keep an eye on your inbox for more details on the new programs that I mentioned. And again, if you need help with your programming, email Erin. It's all you need to do. We have a number of people in the gym that have done that already, and they're on their own personal programs. Just ask, guys. Just ask. Also, we have Murph coming up. Obviously, a little bit different than our usual years, but it doesn't matter. It's Memorial Day. We are sponsoring the Murph Challenge, as we always do, and we're doing Murph. Erin and I are going to be doing a Facebook Live from the house, and some of the gym members will be joining us. We've heard from a few of you. We see you, Meg and Brian, Jesse, Kristen, Heather. You guys have all expressed interest in joining. Thanks for letting us know. If more of you are interested, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and we'll figure out. If we have more interest, we'll look into running, multiple, of course, socially distanced heats. We'll make it work. We'll be doing ring rows from a tree. We'll be doing bent over rows with a heavier barbell, and of course, most importantly, we'll be doing the ice baths as well. So super pumped, guys. In many ways, this year's Murph will be more meaningful than it's ever been. And, I'm looking forward to seeing you all then either on Stand Ashore, socially distanced or on the social medias. So, all right, guys, that's a lot. We miss you. We love you. Hang in there. And we'll talk to you all soon.